Howdy, it's B.
Hey there, I'm Mark, and we're your real estate dream team.
That's right, we are handing you the keys and cranking the gears.
Your stuff is costing you dollars. So all those dollar store finds that you've got in 3 or 4 boxes that you're like, I'm not sure if I really need that, but I'll take it just in case. Those dollar store finds are costing you many, many more dollars than you realize when you're. All right, Mark. So today, let's talk about something that no one wants to talk about.
Oh boy.
Like, that's the whole point of keys
Oh
and gears,
boy.
right? It's to talk about the gears behind all the keys.
All right.
Okay, so whether you're a buyer or seller, this is one thing that came across my head when I was running on my run this morning that we need to talk about, which is too long of a drum roll, but you're with me. Home self-editing. Like people call me and say, I'm in this 2-bedroom apartment. I feel like I'm claustrophobic, or I'm in this 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square foot house. I'm exploding. I need to change.
Right.
Whether you, or whatever. Everybody complains about how their homes, their place that they're living right now, like shrinks over time.
Mm-hmm.
So what's up with that?
Well, I think you're right. If you're in that position where you're spurred into calling Bess because you're bursting out at your seams, like your place is too small, you may want to edit yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're getting at?
That's what I'm getting at. I think that's the number one hack.
Removing the clutter,
self-edit.
Looking at your space and saying, how can I reimagine the space? What if I took all the furniture out and redid it? Is that what you're talking about? Before you start going down the road of, I need a bigger house and spend the money on a bigger house, or I'm renting and I'm only going to be here in this town for another 5 years. Do I really need a bigger place?
Or do you need to just open up the hall closet?
Right.
I mean, when was the last time you opened up your hall closet and besides shoving in whatever's in your hands and you're tired of looking at, or if people are coming over, we've all done this. Just shove everything everywhere. Okay, done, clean. Okay, when was the last time you opened that hall closet and actually pulled, like you were saying, pulled everything out? And what have you not touched in the last 6 months? What's a good frame for you?
I do. So my a couple of things. When it comes to the house, if I haven't used it in a year, maybe 2 years max, I'll sell it or give it away. In my closet, it's more like a year or less. If I haven't worn it in a year or less, it's out. It's gone because I'm probably never going to wear it again.
I mean, how many of us have done the beginning of the year closet edit where you wear edit and you go through, do you find things with tags on them? Oh, that's like, because that's money that went away, never to be enjoyed.
I just find it, I find the whole exercise cathartic. I find it as it's a mental reset for me to do that a couple of times a year where I just go into things and say, do I really need this?
Mm-hmm.
I have a storage unit, for example, and I go in there all the time and I'm literally down to the boxes that have sentimental value.
Good for you. Yeah.
I've really pared it down to the point, not to mention the cost of the storage unit keeps going up every month. So I'm paying to store crap. That's not a good idea. If I'm storing things that have value that I don't want in the house, because again, they're going to clutter up my house. If I kept all that in the house, mentally, it feels like I'm unorganized or cluttered. And I don't like to.
And we're not suggesting Marie Kondo yourself. I mean, but just be smart. Like, when was the last time you opened up that hall closet, like we just said, and emptied everything out? When was the last time you went through the junk drawer?
Right.
When was the last time you crawled under your bed or your kid's bed?
To the original point, I think you're onto something in today's world where affordability is a topic, right? And when it comes to housing, you may want to rethink how you're living before you start going down the road of, if you currently own a house and have a great interest rate and you don't want to give that up, you may need to rethink how you're living, right? Before, and then decide, is it really the best idea to buy the next house, or do I just need to reimagine how I'm living? Right. And if you're renting, I still think if you're renting, you need to own a house. If you're going to live in this town for longer than 5 years, go buy something.
For sure. For sure.
And instead of doing the personal edit, that's where I push back. I'm like, why are you still renting? Don't.
Fair enough. But I will say this, maybe this is a PS on that. And that is, if you're renting and now you've connected the dots to realize that every time you pay that monthly lease payment, that money is now gone forever. gone forever. It's not going into a savings account.
Yep.
It's not going
Right.
into a future equity return, i.e. home purchase. It's just gone. Sometimes often a way to kickstart your way to owning your own house is to downsize your current living quarters. Like, are you in a 2-bedroom, 1-bath? Could you shrink backwards to a 1-bedroom, 1-bath and exponentially increase your savings? So I will stand by. So it's my gentle
Right.
pushback on you. I would
Right.
stand back
I get that point.
behind my statement of, if you're thinking about any sort of home change, then start with a self-edit.
It does take a lot of effort.
Edit your budget, edit your
Right.
personal belongings.
Yes.
Even edit your life. Like, look at your calendar. What's taking energy out of your life that could be better used on a second job, that could be better used deep diving even more to your full-time job.
What are some time wasters in your life?
Because
Claw
those
back.
have a financial and
Yep.
emotional cost.
But it takes a lot of effort. So going through your stuff takes effort because it's also emotional, right? Because some things that you're going to come across are things you should give up, but you don't. So I've been in
Right.
houses where people the whole house is full of my parents. My parents are a prime
My
example.
parents.
Their whole house is full of sentimental mementos from their life. And to me, it's cluttered, right? Because I'm more of a minimalist person. To them, every piece has meaning, right? And that's where the personal edit doesn't work. Because how do you edit those mementos? If your whole house is comprised of sentimental value to you, then you're fine. Then you may need a bigger place to fit
Fair
more
enough.
stuff in there, right? But if you're just full of stuff,
For just in cases, for rainy days, for whatever.
I've been to a friend's house recently. They had a whole huge uh, cabinet full of little dishes for parties. They could have opened up a catering business with as many dishes as they had. And I opened that thing up, and because she said, "Bring this to," and it's in there, and I opened it up. And I'm like, "Oh my God, what is all this?" And her husband was like, "Yeah, she has a addiction problem. She just keeps buying this stuff, and we have to find new places for it." Is that really necessary? That's her hobby. Another friend of mine collects salt and pepper shakers. So she has salt and pepper shakers under every bed, in every closet. I mean, it's even in the bathroom. You open and there's salt and pepper
Right.
shakers in there. She
But
goes
is
to
that a
every garage
case?
sale and buys them.
Fair
So
enough. But is that a case where less is more? I don't know. I mean,
I just not my
fair enough.
way of doing things. So I
Yeah.
can't relate to that. It's just
I
would
mean,
drive me crazy.
and this may be totally not if it is in fact a total tangent sidebar, and that is circling back around to your parents. Having helped my parents right size, they too were surrounded by mementos and memories. It took a few years to go through that process because you don't want to cause stress, right? But now that they are on the back side of that, my mom comments about how her life seems fuller now that it is full of less. Because what she has kept, she really, really loves. Now, how do we get rid of it? There's a whole process. I mean, she paid forward a lot of it to friends over the years that had made comments about how much they like something. And she was like, hey, may I give it to you? I'd like to gift it to you and add joy to your life.
100%. That's a great way to do it.
Some of it she sold and harvested some equity out of that. And she now travels. By the way, if you're in England in the middle of July 11th through the 20th, you can go hear my mom and her choir sing in England. They're going to go
Love
travel
that.
some churches.
All right.
So love you to death, Mark, but I would circle back around to do a personal edit. Even your sweet parents wonder how much joy they could discover by editing themselves when they're ready.
They have a list of all their stuff, and they have assigned it to us children, who gets what.
Nice.
So it's predetermined as to which sentimental
So wouldn't it be fun for them
items.
to gift it to y'all while they're still alive and can celebrate?
They're enjoying having their things.
Nice.
So they're okay with that. My personal rip is I have lots of mementos in my house, but what I do is every year I bring out different ones. So I go through and I pack all my mementos up, and I take the next box out and open it up and
So it's like
restock
Christmas
the
again.
house. So to me, it's like again, it's like every year for me is a refresh. Every year for me is a different version, and that helps me get my frame of mind in a different place.
Oh my gosh, I
So I
love
have
that.
plenty. I could fill. I mean, I could be all cluttered, but I choose which parts are going to be important for the next year.
Okay, so I have to
So
ask, do you have like years? Do you have like boxes that are themed? Like, do you have a rotating, like, do you have like Formula One year? Do
no,
you
that's a
have
great
like
idea. I haven't done that.
boys young year?
I have boxes, and I literally just mentally have now memorized what's in each box. And I bought actually, if you
Brilliant.
there's a nice little hack. Buy instead of buying the cardboard boxes, what I did was I ended up buying plastic bins
Mm-hmm.
that that the medical field uses. They
Mm.
have lids that close
Oh,
and
the
you can
butterfly
stack them.
lids?
Yep. You can stack them up. You can buy them for about 5, $6 each. And so what I've done is I've put everything into those boxes because I was tired of the cardboard boxes falling apart.
Mhm.
And some mementos are in storage because I just don't have enough storage in my house.
Mm.
So I was tired of carrying that flimsy cardboard box around. Anyway, so I've not themed it, but that would be an interesting, but it's almost too, not obvious, but too boring. It's one theme. That
Yeah,
would just
fair
be,
enough.
so
All these things, all the things. And we're happy to share with you all our things, I guess, apparently. Yes. So the takeaway we have for y'all today, and thanks for joining us, is simply slow down so you can speed up. Whether it's speed up your savings, speed up your your current abode
yeah.
of living to better elevate. Because even in the short term, if you edit, if you take the time to edit to slow
Mhm,
down,
mhm.
your current abode, even if you feel like right now it just doesn't fit, it might surprise you and be a better fit than you realize for the short term.
How does it, how does editing your space help you in your pocketbook? How does it save you money? So obviously, if you're thinking of moving into a bigger place, if you're renting, it's going to cost you an extra $500 a month, whatever it is, basically another car payment
Mm,
just to have more stuff, right? So when you personal edit it as a renter, it can save you money just by not having to rent a bigger place,
right, right.
right? And not maybe, maybe also if you have a storage unit, you can get rid of the storage unit if you do some
Right?
personal
Oh,
living,
storage
which
units are the
storage units
worst.
are really expensive.
They are.
So
In time and money. Yeah.
as a homeowner, how would you save money when you're doing a personal edit? How does that work for a homeowner?
Well, because, well, bare bones basics, uh, movers charge by the hour if it's inside the state. If it's outside the state, they charge by the pound. So it's either way, we're talking real live dollars. Your stuff is costing you dollars. So all those dollar store fines that
Mhm.
you've got in 3 or 4 boxes that you're like, I'm not sure if I really need that, but I'll take it just in case. Those dollar store fines are costing you many, many more dollars than you realize when you're moving. And how many times have we both heard from our sweet new homeowners to say, we just realized that it's been a year when we call them happy anniversary and all the things. 'Cause we're still excited for them because moving is stressful. And they're like, yeah, we were just looking in the garage this weekend and we found 5 boxes we've never opened in a year.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And same thing with if you're looking to buy a bigger house because you've run out of space, doing the personal edit. I mean, the home buying process is not cheap. It's not inexpensive to move. So
but then also when you're selling, talking about more money
yeah,
savings, if you are selling a house, your future buyer is buying space because they're probably moving for the same reason you're moving, which is they feel like they need more space. So if your current property is full to overflowing, you are now shrinking your dollars that your buyer is willing to hand over to you
why
because
is
their
that?
perception is that your space is
Small?
small.
Yeah. The more stuff you have, the smaller your space feels.
Visually,
Right, right,
right? I
right.
mean, it doesn't matter how many times me as an agent or whatever do a 3D walkthrough tour or a 2D map to show this room really is 20 by 20.
Yeah,
And they
doesn't
walk
feel that
in.
way. Yeah.
If it's floor to ceiling piles, it actually feels like 4 by 4. And people are not willing to relinquish their dollars for 4x4 if they're already feeling cramped in the space they're at. Because remember, that's the bottom line. Most often reason why people are moving is because they're living a pain point right now of not enough space. Not enough space.
And if probably they can't see themselves in that space if it's full of stuff. They can't see themselves living in that space because that's another person's stuff. So
Mhm.
probably takes more time to sell your house if you have so
Mhm.
much stuff.
Ri or is your stuff distracting from the awesome merits
Right.
and bonuses of your home?
Right.
Like, do they not notice the Carrera marble, countertops in the kitchen because they get sidetracked looking at your 20 shelves of salt and pepper shakers, going back to what you were saying earlier. Uh,
Yeah.
and they get distracted by the salt and pepper shakers, totally miss all the high-end finishes that you put into that kitchen when you remodeled it.
Yeah.
Which the splash out on MLS description or Zillow description, remodeled kitchen is what brought them into the house, and then the reality of, yeah, it's remodeled, but is it?
And feel
It
like it.
doesn't feel like
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
because they got distracted by all your collections and curios and
So
things
having too much stuff can cost you money.
in multiple ways,
Yes. Think long and hard. Do I really need all this?
right? Slow down so you can speed
That's
up.
right. That's right.
There you go. That's the gear behind the keys of your next move, perhaps.
Actually, Seinfeld had a great stand-up comedy skit on stuff. He said, to paraphrase, he said, the things come out of your closet and go into that hall closet, or things go from one place into the junk drawer, and then
Mhm.
they graduate to the garage.
Yep, graduate to
And
or the
then
storage building if you're
and
in an
then
apartment.
and then they graduated to your storage unit, and nothing ever comes back from the storage unit.
No.
He said, and many things out of the garage never come back into the house. So why you have all this stuff?
Mhm, mhm.
Very true.
Give yourself a hug, give yourself an edit, and give
Good
yourself
idea.
more money in your pocket in the process.
Not
That's
just
how it works.
springtime. Anytime. Do
Anytime.
it anytime.
I love it. Yeah, and we love that you joined us today. Take care.